All right, I want to talk about the things people say regarding end times. God's calendar doesn't revolve around what happens in America. This truly is, I think, the greatest country. However, we can't be so full of ourselves to believe that something happens in America, we say, so you see, God is going to judge the world. No, God's not. Why do we think that God's operating plan, it revolves around what happens in America? Anybody who's out there, and you see them out there, that they have these dreams or visions that God is going to send some kind of meteorite or some kind of earthquake. You notice that the meteorites or earthquakes always hit America. Always hit America. You never hear an Australian, hey mate, God gave me a vision, and a meteorite is going to hit Sydney. No, you don't see that. It's always America. Why do we believe that God's plan is always aimed at America? Why can't we look at the Middle East and say what's happening out there is way worse than is happening here? Maybe God's plan is dependent on what happens out there. All the wars, all the civil wars. Maybe, just maybe, because if that was happening here, we'd say, you see, God's plan. But it's happening there, it's just like, oh well, that's their problem. God's plan, His timetable doesn't revolve around us. Why can't we see that? Why do we say such things? And here's even the silliest part. Every time people say that a tsunami or a meteorite or anything like that, it's always New York. You never hear anybody say, you know what? A meteorite is going to come down in North Dakota. Because it's just going to hit North Dakota. Nobody lives out there. You know, they always use the fear. And in the movies as well. Big tidal wave comes and it's going to always knock down the Statue of Liberty. Oh, she's always drowning. And millions of people are drowning. They'll never show it, like I said, a meteorite hit North Dakota and just, that's it. Nobody died. Nobody lives there. I mean, I'm sure people live there, but compared to New York, if it's not New York, it's always San Francisco, Port Bridge. That bridge always goes in the water. You know, it's always like that, as if we are this God's main focus. God's focus is on our hearts, not a nation. Remember, America has borders. These borders are built by us, by man. Don't think that God looks at America and once He sees the border, He says, well, oh, that's Mexico. I can't, that's different. No, God looks at us as a people upon the earth as humans. Not, these are Americans, these are British, these are Chinese, Japanese, and whatever else is out there. We need to stop being so full of ourselves, assuming that God's end time calendar revolves around America. God is on His timetable. There's no need to fear the end times, because it's going to happen whether you fear it or not. Praise be to God that what Jesus Christ did was enough. And that's all we have to worry about. There's no need to fear the end times. I have a video right here. If you check this video out, it's about how silly we are chasing and wanting to know about the end times. God bless you. Don't ever forget that what Jesus Christ did is enough.